What's going on, people? What's really good? It's your boy Marv Lat, and this is the Nerds in the Hood. Yes, sir, you already know the vibes. The MCU is back, and it's black, baby. Let's go. That's what I'm talking about. Listen, we need to talk about Ironheart. You already know. There's no way a black content creator like myself, who is also a fellow nerd, is going to sit here and not talk about this show, right? I done supported all of the black movements in the MCU. All of the Black Panthers, Nick Fury's show that didn't really turn out as well as we wanted it to. I'm still waiting for them to give me a Rhodey story, which they promised us they give. Blade, we praying for Blade. You know what I'm saying? Luke Cage wasn't bad. Everything's been working. The Marvels wasn't even fully about Monica, but I saw it for Monica. You feel me? Like, that's where I'm at right now. And I done said it all. I even watched that Moon Girl Dinosaur show, whatever that was joint. You know what it was. Moon Girl and Dinosaur. I even watched that. That joint was kind of cool. But be that as it may, here we are, right? And yes, I didn't forget Miles Morales. I saw his movies too. But here we are with Ironheart, the Adventures of Riri Williams. It's about to be a Black Marvel summer, y'all. I need y'all to understand this. Because we got Ironheart, and then next month we got that Wakanda joint. It's going to be crazy. But I saw Ironheart, 6 episodes, banged it out in one sitting. Still upset me that they kind of just dumped all the episodes within 2 weeks. That was crazy. We didn't do a week-by-week joint like we've done with other shows. We didn't do... they didn't really do heavy promotion on it. And that really hurt my feelings too. We didn't really fully talk about it. But be that as it may, Ryan Coogler made sure that this project got out here and it wasn't going to be trash. And it really got dogged in the reviews for no reason. It was crazy how dogged it got in the reviews. But we out here. So if you didn't see this, it's on Disney Plus right now. This was the story of Riri Williams and her friends. And she navigates through Chicago, coming out of Wakanda forever, doing her thing. She got kicked out of MIT for just wilding on campus, you know, just scamming the game, doing what she had to do. She basically had no money, no job, no future, and she joins up with this guy named Parker and his team, and they go on heists, and they was just banging people, you know, robbing people, all that stuff, robbing companies, everything, trying to get bread. You find out what you find out over time, so there will be some spoilers, such as the fact that, shout out to Eric Andre finding his way in the MCU. Brief, but still is good enough. As a man named, what was it? His name was Rampage, right? Stewart, yep. And he got taken out early. Also, shout out to Cree Summer, who is now in the MCU as Madeline Stanton, who is Zelma's mother. Which is why I said I love this show. Because this show wasn't just focusing on the science aspect. It wasn't giving too much to Tony Stark's story, even though it touched on it a little with Obadiah Stane and all that, with Ezekiel Stane and all that stuff, with the Stane family coming back from, you know, Iron Man 1, but they didn't use him as a villain. He was trying to be so different from his dad, but he still kind of ended up being a little bit like his dad, but that was because of the way society pushed him, right? So it still worked itself out where we weren't going like full Iron Man with it. She wasn't trapped in a bunker making a suit, but she was trapped in a bad situation making a suit. So that is what I supported about it. I love the fact that we mostly had just a cast of color, and it wasn't like fully a Chicago kind of vibe, right? She wasn't going through there gang banging, wasn't like shootouts, wasn't involving the cops. It was just a simple story. That's not a knock to Captain America, but it is kind of a knock to Captain America. Because Captain America kept focusing on the race aspect, whereas this story just focused on, this is just a chick just trying to get through it. You know, she went through mental health. She had anxiety. She had panic attacks, right? She was human. Just like Tony Stark. Whenever we sat here and saw Robert Downey Jr. just do his thing as Tony Stark, the real Tony Stark in the comics, you know, went through similar situations, but he was also alcoholic. He just went through a lot. We didn't really get that in that Iron Man. We got that in Ironheart. And that don't mean it's a good thing. That just means that we're focusing on a lot of the things that are going on in today's world. But again, we got to use sorcery, we got to use science, and we got to fuse those into one. The fight scenes were pretty cool. Still very Iron Man-esque. But I love the fact that it was just simple fight scenes. It wasn't like straight martial arts and stuff like that. Remember, people in that suit can't really fight. So they do what they can when the time comes. But I do got to give a shout out to Lyric Ross as Natalie. She did a good job playing Natalie the AI. And now we see her coming back as actually Natalie. And that was cool too. I think she was one of the MVPs. Whereas the sixth man was, let me get her name. It was Zelma. Forgot the last name. It was Zelma Stanton. There we go. Regan Aaliyah as Zelma Stanton. Now, she was one of Riri's friends, but she was a master, or at least an apprentice, of the mystic arts. And this is what made it cool, is because we just came off of Agatha All Along last year, and now months later we're bringing back that magic aspect. And Agatha All Along did kind of tease other things about magic, including the actual big bad of this show, which was Mephisto, right? And we all thought it was just her dealing with Parker and all of that, but then you realize that Parker had a hood that had evil powers on it, and it made him stronger than what he really was, and it brought us to Mephisto. Sacha Baron Cohen is in the MCU, y'all. Borat is in the MCU. I couldn't have imagined it, but here we are. And not the actual Borat, but you get what I'm saying. The actor who gave us such classes as Ali G in the House, Borat, Bruno, and Borat 2 is back again in the and he's back in the MCU now. And he did a wonderful job as Mephisto, blending in the two voices of like the English voice, but also the British voice. So he had the little like Jersey kind of, what do you mean? What's going on? I got you right here. And then once he became Mephisto, he was like, what a twat. And it was just like, oh yeah, this is what I need, man. And he just did a good job playing this guy who can like sell water to a whale, but hustle you at the same time because it comes with a price. Parker paid his price, but we see that he didn't pass away. He's just trying to figure things out, which will involve Zelma. But now, this is where it gets interesting, and this is where I think it puts Doomsday more into focus. You see, Riri's one bargain with Mephisto at the end of the season was that her friend Natalie comes back to life because she was taken out many years ago. So Natalie came back to life, and we all thought it was the AI, but now we found out it was actually her. What I think happened, which I'm not going to lie, I read a lot, I looked up a lot of other people's videos, and I do agree with the speculation, is what we've seen in other multiversal projects we're seeing here is that he took a Natalie from another universe and brought her to her world, when in reality, she doesn't exist in this world. But she is now in Earth 616 when she shouldn't be. So in the world she was in, he took her right before she was probably about to go out. And if we go by the Spider-Man logic, that was the canon event that helped set up the events of Ironheart. So in some other Ironheart universe, this Natalie is gone. So that opens up doors for what Doomsday could bring about, because now we might find out that maybe Mephisto is a bigger bad than what we know. He might have something to do with Doctor Doom or Galactus or any other villain we might come across in later projects, right? So that actually opens doors for a lot of interesting situations, because we still got Young Avengers, we still got Champions, we still got a whole bunch of other things in the pipeline for Marvel. So now it opens another door, right? We don't have an Ultron to fight. We don't have a Thanos to fight. Galactus is strong, but not that strong. And we don't know what this Doctor Doom might actually do yet. So we need to find a way to get him in there. And we still got 1 year to figure it out before Doomsday drops in theaters. So I think Mephisto might be the good launching point as to a really good big bad. Especially because we also lost Kang too, which was supposed to be the original big bad. So we need something else. If we're going to do all these variants and Earth realms and this and that, Mephisto was the right choice. But all in all, I think without going too into detail, I'm not going to sit here and tell you guys all these different scenes and this and that. I think that this was a better show than what viewers and reviewers were giving it. It got a bad rap before it even dropped. And sometimes when it comes to early reviews, it's like you might hear early review and go, oh, it's trash. And then you might see it for yourself and be like, it actually wasn't that bad. So sometimes, even with my reviews, you could trust me, but you're still welcome to your opinion. Right? I could tell you a movie's bad right now, and you might go see it and be like, this is one of the best films of the year. What were you watching? So, or vice versa. But I think with Ironheart, the vibe check here is, I'm going to be real with y'all. It's all right. Was it perfect? No. Was it one of the best series in the MCU in the Disney Plus era? It's debatable. But it's definitely, I would say, top 5 in the Disney Plus era. Top 5, because you got your Daredevil Born Again, you got your WandaVision, you got your Agatha All Along, right? Hawkeye and Falcon Winter Soldier was okay, but you see what I'm saying? So it's like you got those ones, but this one, it should be right up there in the argument. It's not the worst, but it's also not the best, but it's in the argument, in my personal opinion. It is in the argument. There will always be an argument that WandaVision might be the one to sit at the top, and then Agatha All Along because it's like the spinoff, but it's also because it was as good in its own right. But yeah, that's what I feel about it. So that's what I'm saying. It's not the worst MCU TV series, but it's also not the best, but it's also pretty good. So for that, I'm going to say it's all right. It's right in the middle. You can't be mad at an all right thing because you can watch it and go, nah, I was straight, man. The black person I am wants to be like full blackness. It was valid, but I'm not gonna do that. It's too biased. But I am gonna say I liked it and I enjoyed it, and I think you all will too when you watch it. And if you're an MCU person, you have to watch it. You gotta stick with the story and see where the story takes you. You never know where the story might go. So definitely watch it. We could talk about it. What is your thoughts? Where do you think this will take the MCU now? Now that we're going into this, we still got Fantastic Four coming up in a couple of weeks. But anything can happen. Mephisto might pop up in that. I don't think he will, but he might. So I want to see more. I want more to be explored with this show. I hope there is a season 2. I hope they don't cancel it. I think it was good enough. And I just, again, love the fact that it was just, it still kept this blackness while having to adhere to the MCU Disney Plus family-friendly orientation. It still was allowed to give little curses here and there. Still was allowed to get a little crazy with the fight scenes. You know what I'm saying? Still allowed to do different things here and there. But I got to agree with the actor Anthony Ramos who played the villain Parker. There's a lot of things people don't like and it still ends up being good. And it still ends up getting made. And he used Transformers as an example. There's a lot of the Transformers is trash. Let's just be real. But it still gets made because somebody out there likes it. So there's a market for everybody to like something. And I think this is one of those times. And again, when you look at what Disney Plus has done in the MCU world, ain't a lot of these shows that fire. Which is why I said it's all right. It's all right. So definitely go check that out. I'm just happy that Borat is doing this thing because I always heard rumblings that he was supposed to be Mephisto and now he's finally Mephisto. So here's to that. Keep doing it. But definitely check out Ironheart if you haven't yet. Definitely a good vibe to watch. Definitely something for the summer to check out. Yeah, and we'll be back again. You will see me with more MCU reviews because like I told you, that Wakanda joint's coming up in August towards the end of the summer. And we got Fantastic Four coming out basically in 2 weeks? Right? Yeah, 2 weeks. So we'll be back with more MCU news. And in the meantime, between time, follow your boy on all social media. Check me out, Nerds in the Hood. And keep your heart iron. Nah, that was corny. Just catch y'all next time, all right? Peace.